I'm Tim Malloy with the Civic Association, and this is Palm Beach TV as the second week of Phase 2 moves along. Encouraging news is that the number of cases in Palm Beach County are gradually going down. There are no new cases in the town of Palm Beach. That having been said, social distancing still encouraged, and wearing masks is required when in the company of more than 4 or 5 people, or if you're close to people. On the intra-coastal of the Palm Beach Country Club, a dozen or so young people spent some time this weekend in pretty close company. No laws broken, but health officials advise masks in close quarters as the best way to stop the virus. And that brings us to our schools. About a year ago, I talked to Fanning Herron, the new head of school at the Palm Beach Day School, a time of great enthusiasm, a new man in charge, a new school. They're moving forward, but what a difference a year makes. Here's Wendy Rutledge with more on that.
Tim, it really is a very different year, a year after head of school Fanning Herron arrived here at Palm Beach Day Academy. So today we're going to talk to Mr. Fanning about exactly what he had to do to prepare this school to open up safely. Harken back to the more carefree days of 2019, when Fanning Herron was a relaxed and confident new head of school at Palm Beach Day Academy. That was then. This is now.
Wait, George, is that you?
Taking it one day at a time, trying to figure out, still tinkering with the plan, still making tweaks when necessary, and just trying to figure out what is the best approach for us moving forward.
Far from carefree, this year's rolling out of a multi-pronged back-to-school plan, offering both in-class and remote learning, has been anything but easy.
Hi, Isabella. How are you today?
I never cold.
You're on the big screen, just so you know.
30% of the school's student body is studying at home in a live classroom setup. So, what the socially distanced in-class students are doing is exactly what the remote learners are doing in real time. Palm Beach Day Academy educates 2-year-olds through 9th graders. Another challenge, what works for the older kids is asking a bit too much of the young ones.
We recognize that 8th graders can sit with masks on for 45 minutes at a time, 6 feet apart, and they can focus, they can do their work. It's hard to ask kindergartners to do that.
Ultimately, Herron says flexibility and the willingness to learn what works, what doesn't, and revise as they go along is what they believe is the best approach in this uncharted educational territory that is school during COVID-19. For the Palm Beach Civic Association, I'm Wendy Rutledge reporting.
The Atlantic hurricane season is busy with tropical trouble as the busiest part of the hurricane season kicks in. Many spinning menaces out there, but are they a threat to anyone on the East Coast, in particular Florida?
Hurricane Sally made landfall near Pensacola, Florida as a Cat 2 storm. It pushed a 7-foot storm surge into Pensacola Bay, dropping more than 2 feet of rain. It will continue to be a major rainfall event across the southeast throughout the weekend. We're at the height of the hurricane season, and it shows. There are 4 named storms, 3 tropical disturbances on the map. But fortunately for us, none right now threatening South Florida. But the season is far from over.
3 years into an ambitious 10-year project of burying power lines in Palm Beach, the undergrounding project, going pretty well and moving along. But in some cases, it takes a lot of collaboration between residents and the town to get this done, and that sometimes gets tricky. Wendy Rutledge says because it's gotten tricky, it can cost the town millions of dollars. Here's a report.
Tim, this is what all the fuss is about. It is a transformer, and you need one of these for every 3 or 4 homes for the undergrounding project. And therein lies the problem. There are still a sizable number of residents on this island who are saying, no, not on my property.
20% who are not doing it, it's all NIMBY. It's not in my backyard. Let someone else take it. And that is a really bad attitude.
3 years into the 10-year undergrounding project, a good 20% of island homeowners are still saying, not in my backyard.
Well, I believe what we're seeing is from those 20% is they're playing a game of chicken, and they're going to hold out till the end, hoping that one of their neighbors is going to take that piece of equipment.
A transformer is shared by 3 or 4 homes, so one of those homeowners needs to grant the easement to install it on their property. Leading by example, council members have already stepped up to the plate.
for some reason, people don't want it. I mean, I've volunteered. I know Julie has a box. I know Bobby has a box. And I'm sure when they get to Maggie, she'll end up with a
They'll check
box
the
too.
box.
So
That's right.
Great role modeling on the part of council members aside, unfortunately, it's not so simple for project manager Steve Stern and his crew, who spend hours, days, months going back and forth with resistant homeowners.
If we go back twice, it costs more engineering time. If we go back 3, 4, 5 times, our costs for consulting time keep rising.
And the fact is, you go back sometimes 10, 15 times. Is that true?
In the worst cases, the conversations are circular. They go round and round.
This endless circular negotiating has already cost the town roughly $600,000 in delays. Now the council has just approved additional funds to pay consultant firm Kimley Horn to assist in the protracted easement acquisition process. But the big dollars in jeopardy are tied to an $8.5 million FEMA grant awarded to the town only if it completes Phase 5 on time. Would it not be a disaster to lose this grant?
It would be. It would certainly cost the taxpayers a lot more money than we're planning on right now. We have $8.5 million. The total cost of the project right now is $121 million. If we didn't get the grant money, add $8.5 million to the cost of the project.
For Palm Beach TV, I'm Wendy Rutledge reporting.
At a time when a lot of merchants in Palm Beach are trying to just get back on their feet, a trendy new addition to the social landscape in Palm Beach is taking shape on South County Road. The Carriage House, modeled after elegant English social clubs, should open by the end of next year. There's been an awful lot of discussion about parking, noise restrictions, and community impact, and whispered around town the question, how hard will it be to become a member? Who gets in? Who doesn't? Soundproofing work goes forward. A game room, a bar, and a dining area taking shape. And 2J's in town is out of bankruptcy and has a new owner. The Palm Beach staple has been acquired by a Chicago-based company. Other 2J's were shuttered around the county. There were concerns that would happen here, but the 40-year-old deli survives in its Poinciana Plaza location. I'm Tim Malloy for the Palm Beach Civic Association. This is Palm Beach TV. We've always got our eye on the town for you. If you are a member, we would like you to rejoin. If you're not, we'd love you to join us. We try to fill you in every week on everything new that's going on in our great town of Palm Beach. We'll see you soon.